All right, my friends. Today's Revit tip, we're gonna talk about dirt. Yep, dirt. Stuff that's outside. Your kids run around and get all dirty. And then you go out riding a bike. And if you crash your bike, you get dirty. Or you fall down, you get dirty. That's the kind of dirt we're talking about, okay? Dirt, just dirt. Some guy contacted me and he said, how do you get dirt to show up under your building, like in your 3D view? And I got to thinking, well, you know what? I've never shown about how to get dirt under your building in 3D and 2D. Okay. And so there's some people have asked a couple times. And so it's time to show you how to get dirt under your building. It's pretty straightforward, but you gotta see it to believe it. Okay, here we go. Let me share my screen. Share screen with my friends, share my screen with them. Okay, here we are. Enjoying the day together. I am going to go to 3D. So here's our little building, okay? And we are going to look at this dirt. See this dirt? This is the dirt I'm talking about. And it's a topo surface. And I am going to click on this and delete it. And so my building is just floating. Floating in the sky. It's going to crash. Okay, we need dirt under this building. So if I were to go to like my site plan right now, and there's my site plan, there's my building, I'm going to put dirt, not dirt, I'm going to put a section through this. I am going to cut a building section. I'm just going to cut right through that building. Bam, just like that. And if I go to that section, there, take a look. No dirt under the building. We've just got a building floating in the sky. Now, some people, we're going to talk back and forth between 2D and 3D here. In 2D, some people go and get a, whatchamacallit, a filled region, and they just draw dirt on here. But then the next time they cut a wall section, they have to draw some more dirt with a filled region. And then if they cut another building section, they got to draw more dirt. If they do a foundation detail, they got to draw more dirt. They're constantly drawing more dirt. You with me? And so if you just go ahead and put it in 3D and be done with it, you'll have dirt in your 3D views and 2D. So here we go. What I'm going to do is go back to my site plan. All right. Simplest thing, when I want dirt under this building, I'm going to go put a topo surface in, okay? So I'm going to go up to, you look here, massing and site, okay? They have a button here for topo surface. You click on that button, and the tools, there's a lot of tools, but I want you to focus on the one that highlights automatically. Place a point. Place point, okay? What we want to do is place points out here that give us our dirt, okay? Now, what we want to do is the surface of our floor, our first floor is at 0. So I'm going to put dirt at 0. Right now, when I have it highlighted on place point, it says the elevation of my point is going to be 10 feet, which is a little bit high. So I'm going to switch that number right there, the elevation number, to 0. And it's set on absolute, okay? For elevation, I'm going to place it at 0 on my site. And the quickest way to get dirt is just to make a big square site. I'm just going to go click, click, click. On the third click, you can see the surface showing up. And the fourth click, click. I've got myself dirt. Serious. I'm going to check the little box for finish surface, and we have dirt. Okay. I'm going to go to 3D. And you'll see right now dirt showing up under my building, but that might not be showing up on yours. And here's the reason why. I have a section box around this that's doing the cutting. I'm going to erase that and start from scratch. Watch this. Over here, under my properties for this view, section box, uncheck it. So now I can see, just like you, one big giant honking topo surface. Okay, you with me on that? In 3D, what I do is I check this box that says section box. I check that box, bam. It puts a section around everything, and mine's hidden right now. I'm gonna go down to this little reveal hidden elements button. It looks like a little light bulb. I'm gonna click on that, and I'm going to click mine that I hid earlier. I'm gonna hit unhide element. So right now, this is what yours should look like, okay? You've got a big giant topo surface on your building that has, it's at 0. And then you've got a section box all the way around it, but it doesn't show dirt, okay? It's not showing dirt because the section box is not intersecting the topo surface. It will only show the dirt when it intersects the topo surface. So if I highlight this object, you'll see this is my section box. It has shape handles. And if I grab this front shape handle and move it over so that it repositions so that it's intersecting the dirt, and I let go, it will give me dirt on that edge. See that? But it's not giving me dirt on the other edges. It's only right there. And I'm going to pick this and I'm going to push this other side up. And now I get dirt there. But typically I'll want to push this closer to my building, and I'm going to spin it around. You see there's no dirt on the other two sides. So I'm just going to push them a little bit so that it intersects. Now, one thing that helps me often is to use this view cube up here. So I can just go to the top view, okay? And on this top view, I can, well, I can rotate. There's buttons for rotating your view, whatnot, okay? But look, you can grab these shape handles easily from the top view and start refining the crop that's right around your building, okay? You can also go to the front view. And if you click on this, you can refine where this is cutting. If I cut through my building, sure enough, it chops the top of the building off, okay? And if I pull it, I'm just gonna pull it down further, it adds a ton of dirt. I'm gonna lift this back up so you can see my roof. Look at that. Look at all that dirt. Whoa, we got tons of dirt under our building. Okay, that's kind of silly looking, and it will draw people's attention to it. So you don't want it to be that deep of dirt, but give it some dirt, okay? Now we've got a flat topo surface. Show you a little bit about moving the dirt around. Watch this. I'm going to pull this side over so that we can add some topo. Okay, I'm going to spin around to my top view. Okay, here I am, top view. And what I want to do here is the four corners of this are at 0. So this is my top view. If I hit edit surface, I can actually highlight one of these points and move it to a new location. So you can move them around. So you don't have to, you're not stuck with the shape that you originally draw, whatever. But you can also add other points. So let's just say that I want 0 right around my building. So I'm going to do that. Look at this. I'm going to go to modify and edit surface button and click place point. And I'm going to add more zeros. Look at this. I'm going to add 4 more zeros right around my building so it stays put. But let's suppose over here there was a hill here, like a 10-foot hill. Okay. So I'm going to change my number to 10. And I can click over here, and it just really fast gets, I'm just going to make a round, kind of an oval shaped hill over there. All I did was make myself a little bit of a loop. It held the zeros right around my building so that the dirt didn't fill in, and it sloped up all the way to 10 feet. So if I check the green box, you're going to see, I'm going to go back to 3D. Look, this thing has ramped up into a hill, but I'm intersecting the hill. So if I were to pull this back, you'll see, okay, there's a hill there. And I'm just going to pull this out of the way a little bit. Oop, got past the corner there. You've got to intersect the object, your topo surface. So there we go. Look at that. We've got ourselves a hill. And when it intersects, I'm just going to push this over. When it intersects, you can see that it is cutting through the real topo. Okay. So let's go back to 2D again, section. You can see, let me move my face out of the way. You can see in 2D that it's also showing true dirt up and away. So you don't have to put those masking regions or filled regions on your elevations anymore or your sections. Now, some people will say, hey, there's dirt. No, there's no dirt under my building. Mine is showing dirt down here under my building, but yours might not. Let me just show you a setting. Up here on the Massing and Site tab, where we clicked on Topo Surface to place a Topo Surface, you'll notice there's a little tiny drop-down arrow over in the corner here over on where it says Model Site. There's a little arrow, and if you click that drop-down, that's the site settings, okay? These site settings we're not going to go over right now for drawing the contour lines, the primary contour lines, the secondary contour lines on your site. We're not going to talk about that. This is what I want to talk about right here. In your section graphics, the material that's being shown under my building, I set it to site-earth. And you can make a texture, or not a texture, but a material to put under there that has the earth pattern on it. And this is one of the keys. The elevation of the poche is going to -10. That's why it's 10 feet down here below my building. If I change that to be like only -4 feet, you see how the dirt is not going down under my building very far? If I change it to +4 feet, look at this. It's only, I'm going to say, okay, it's only filling from 0, it goes up to 4 feet down. I mean, it's not working the way I want. It is showing it down to the 4-foot line that's above 0. So that doesn't work. So always check this thing right here to make sure it's going down. I'm going to go -10 feet again. Apply. I want dirt to show down under my building. Now, there's another thing. If you have a crawl space underneath your building, then this isn't going to work because dirt's going to fill the crawl space, okay? It just fills, it doesn't even care. So you can put another object on your plan that pushes the dirt down. So let me go back to 3D for a second and show you what I'm talking about, okay? Here's my site. And I'm going to pull it over here a little bit. There we go. So I have a little area to work, okay? And so I'm going to put right here what I was talking about. On the Massing and Site tools, instead of Topo Surface, and not the little drop down, but there's a button called Building Pad. This pad displaces the Topo Surface. So I can click on Building Pad, and I'm just going to, look, if you look over, it's going to be a 6-inch pad. You can make multiple types of pads, but I want to show you. I'm just going to put a rectangle to make it easy for us. You guys see that? I just put a rectangle on the ground, and when I check the box, we have a pad, and when I highlight it, it says it's 0 inches off the first floor. So it's just sitting there on the surface, displacing the dirt, okay? Now watch this. If I push this thing down like -4 feet, it goes down in the ground. Take a look at what you see. It has pushed and displaced dirt. But if I lift it up, like 10 feet up, plus number, whoop, it lifts up and it brings dirt up with it, okay? So let's go back to that section, okay? Here's our section, and you can see that when it is up 10 feet, it pulls the dirt up with it. And if you click on that pad and you tell it, I'm going to go back to -2 feet, it displaces dirt. It pushes dirt down. So this would be the perfect thing, excuse me, to put under your building into a crawl space, and it will push the dirt down. Now I've got a 6-inch pad, 6-inch thick, but you could duplicate this and make it like 1/8 of an inch thick or a 32nd of an inch thick. Just make it a thin and make it like that waterproof membrane. I mean, don't people put like plastic down under their house under their crawl space? This, even though it's 1/32nd of an inch thick and you make it a material of plastic, it will still displace the dirt, okay, under your building. So that, let me go back to 3D. That dirt, it's going to displace that dirt no matter where I put it. If I move the pad over here to the hill, look, it's going down into the hill. And if I move it over near my building, it displaces dirt. It's 2 feet down. I'm going to put it back at 0. So there. You could now walk out of the building and walk over onto that pad, and it has cut out the hill, okay? And you can see that in my section. See, there's my 6-inch. It has cut out the hill. It displaces soil. So I just wanted to show you guys how to get dirt under your building in 2D and in 3D. So I hope that helps. Usually I'll pick this section box and hide it. I'll right click on it and say hide in view this element so that you don't see it. And then if I need to edit it and move it around, I can pick the little light bulb at the bottom, reveal hidden elements, and I can move that section box around and get a better cut, you know, a new location of where it's cutting, and then click that little button again, and it stays hidden. So you can adjust it when you're in that reveal hidden elements mode. Anyway, that is how I get dirt. And for the people who ask how to get dirt under your building in 2D and 3D. So I hope that helps. Go ahead and use real topography, and you can click and add points to, you know, make this landscape into the shape that it's supposed to be for your project. I really do hope that this helps. I hope that you guys are able to create dirt now under your building for use in your 2D sections or your elevations or in your 3D views. All right, I hope that helps. I know we're just talking dirt right now, but it makes the project better when you use the correct tool for the correct job. All right, you have a fantastic day now, and until I see you again, happy Reviting. Bye-bye.